Hello, beautiful people. Crystal here with your January 30th, 2021 daily tarot reading. We watch these readings to give us a heads up to re-edit, revise our day, and to kind of see what we missed or what was the overall vibe. Or lesson. So today we have the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Judgment card upright. This is a wake up call, most definitely, to something in your life that you have probably been ignoring, whether you've just been faking happiness or there's been something that you've really been wanting or needing and you've kind of just pushed it down. Something that you haven't said that you're going to have to say, or a new change in how you even react to things. And so let's get into the cards. You have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is, my friend taught me this and it just stuck with me. It was back in the day when they read tarot, was the card of schizophrenia and not being able to have your thoughts properly understood. Sometimes, hell, not even understanding them yourself, and not just other people not understanding them. And that's still a topic of discussion today. A lot of spiritual people think that when we have some of these mental illnesses, they're not actually mental illnesses. Some of it is clairvoyance or clairaudience or clairsentience or anything that is a what would be considered a sixth sense or some type of psychic ability. Maybe you thought the voices in your head were voices in your head, but they're really your ancestors, or maybe they're spirits that you know how to read, and because you were taught that was you were brought up in a rigid environment to where things were very black and white, that was evil or bad. And it's not really the case. Now, of course, does mental illness exist? Of course. Like, I'm not here to argue that. I'm just here to give you a different perspective on how some people look at it. But regardless, you can escape. Understanding and knowledge is everything. Once you can open your mind to different perspectives and even understanding yourself, you don't feel so weird or outcasted or wrong. You realize that maybe you're right and the rest of the world is wrong, or maybe you just never met anyone who could really understand or put into terms what you were feeling. So don't suffer silently. The Eight of Swords sometimes can make you just not want to say how you feel, or make you feel like, oh, once I get married, everything will be perfect in my life, or once I get that job or the $1 million, that's what'll save me. Or, one day Jesus will come out the sky and save me, and that's when everything will be perfect. And it's like, you have to save yourself with the Eight of Swords. You can't look to God, to the universe, to some higher power to help you escape from your circumstances or even your thought processes. And I'm not downing any religious beliefs or anything. I'm just telling you what the Eight of Swords means. So it says today you have to save yourself. You have to be careful. Sometimes Eight of Swords can really have you tripping. So don't think you listen to how you feel, but listen to the intuition, something that has already been brewing and building, not something just all of a sudden I hate my best friend, or all of a sudden everyone is against me, or all of a sudden I hate my job. Like, if you weren't feeling like that before, you might be tripping today. Sometimes when we have those moments like they say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. But sometimes we get delusional. Sometimes what we think is the truth is not the truth. And that's why it's important to get all facts before you draw conclusions. Now, the next card we have is the Nine of Cups in reverse. And I think this is interesting because we had the Nine of Cups upright yesterday. So we were talking about wishing, putting that wish out there to the universe, not being in a worry state. And when the Nine of Cups is in reverse, it says, if you really believe in your power of manifestation, your alchemy, your magic, even your prayers, why are you questioning God? Or why are you coming back? Oh, when is it going to happen? This is why I don't do spell or spiritual work for people, because it's highly annoying. Because some people who come to you for spiritual work, they just want to control everything and control other people. And individuals have free will. And it's a difference when you're trying to break out of something or help yourself in some way. But some people really get psychotic with this spiritual work, thinking they can just kill and hurt people and just play God, but want so much mercy from the world. And the Nine of Cups in reverse says you reap what you sow. And also, you have to believe in what it is that you believe in. If you know that you put a wish out there yesterday, you don't come back to the tarot reading today, oh, Crystal, nothing I wished for happened. Well, it won't. And it'll take even longer if you keep having that attitude, because the Nine of Cups, you have to believe it in your soul. You have to know that I have put it out so it'll come down. I don't have to keep ruminating on it or worrying or anything, because it will happen. And today you might not get what you wish. I'm just gonna be honest. You put in the application yesterday, you probably would have gotten it today. It's still a blessing in disguise. Maybe the blessing is that you didn't need that job. Maybe that job would have caused some type of pain or hurt or whatever for your life, or maybe you wished for that boyfriend, but that boyfriend wasn't right for you. Last card we have is Judgment. And judgment is what's causing the serious tone of the reading today because the judgment is about awakening souls that have died and bringing them back to life. That is the angel Gabriel blowing the trumpet. You asked to come back to life. Here it is. What are you going to do this lifetime? Are you just going to sit around and let your life waste by, or are you going to actually listen to what your soul purpose is and make that happen? The judgment cards wants no excuses today. It wants you to get active. Like for me, I've been kind of slacking in my workout routine the last 2 days. So this says, Crystal, wake up. Get your little chunky butt up, jump that jump rope, and stop. If you want that body, you have to do the necessary work to get it. So the judgment card definitely slaps you with the truth. It also says that you can't keep ignoring what your truth is and what your soul is trying to tell you. If you know you want to be a stripper, then go be a stripper. Okay. Even it doesn't matter if the world thinks it's crazy. If that's what you feel in this lifetime, you were supposed to be a gymnast or a dancer or a stripper or a doctor, do it. Just make sure you're living with integrity and make sure that that is what you feel you should be doing. Now, I doubt anybody on this channel is going to decide today they want to do that, but I'm just using something radical to get you to realize that it doesn't matter if the world agrees with what it is that you want. If you want that and that's what you desire, as long as it's healthy and it's not hurting you, then do it. You might not want to decide to go be a heroin addict because that's ultimately not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. We have free will, right? And we came to this lifetime to have a good time and enjoy ourselves. But you also have to remember, all actions have consequences. If you decide to shoot up every single day, you're probably not going to have a great quality of life because you're escaping from the reality, trying to create something that doesn't exist. So that is with healthy moderation. Okay. So listen to what your soul is telling you to do. Don't be afraid to act today. Take the action that you feel that is necessary. Just make sure it's coming from a soul intuitive place and not your head. Okay. Because your head can be a little messy today. Spiritual work is good today. Spiritual work, I would say is pretty good, and listening to what your soul wants. So have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow.